Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you very much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is what you don't see coming for the week of March 1st, 2026. I can't believe I just said that. This is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, just take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else. And check out your other placements. If you're not sure what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, my moon babies, let's begin. Tapping into the Scorpio collective now for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Scorpio not see coming for the week of March 1st, 2026? I should say, what do we not see coming? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What do we not see coming? Obsessive lover. Doesn't have to be a lover. It could be. It's typically someone who you may view as being toxic or having toxic attachments or unhealthy attachment to you. The bottom of the deck, we have fishing for comments. Okay. Why is this something that the Scorpio collective does not see coming? Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. One more shuffle. Thank you. Okay. In your energy, our energy, we have the King of Cups. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Two of Swords. It's almost like you'd like to move forward, move on, something, some type of movement. But you're feeling blocked. I want to move something forward. I don't know how to move it forward. Or I want to move forward. I don't know how to move forward. Okay. The person, we'll say person since we're clarifying a lover here or a karmic person. And so look, soulmates can provide us with karmic lessons as well. So whoever this person is in their energy, we have the World card, we have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the High Priestess. Three of Swords, King of Swords, and the Sun here to the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Why are you stalled here this week? Why the Five of Swords? Like you can't get out of your head. Trying to move forward, I don't know how to move forward, or I want something to move forward. So a little bit of that obsessive lover card could be you in terms of being obsessed with wanting to move forward or move something forward and just feeling stuck. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Why the Five of Swords? The Strength card, the Nine of Cups, and the Six of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Two of Pentacles. So you're feeling stuck when it comes to a particular connection here in your life, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. Like it's taking you everything you have just to exist or coexist or engage with this person, or maybe even at this point tolerate this person. I mean, I do think you care about this person. Nine of Cups to the Six of Cups, whoever they are. You just, it seems here like you want to see this relationship progress, or you want it to move forward. You're not looking to abandon it. So if you're a Scorpio and you're like, there's no one in my life that I'm trying to hold on to, or I want to progress a relationship forward with, even if it's a friend, then this just isn't your reading. This is specifically for those of you where you have a connection in your life. It's taken you a lot to hold on to this person. They're part of your wish fulfillment. You want to move forward with them, or you want the connection to move forward. You know, like, let's say this is the cousin you only see, I don't know, once a year at weddings and funerals, you know. And it's like, but I really get along with this person. I love this person. I have fond memories of them. I wish we were closer. I just don't know why it's so hard to move forward with this person. Why is it so hard to connect with my cousin or reconnect with them? So there's a connection here that you value. And you're very much up in your head about, like, why can't we move forward, or why aren't we moving forward? Two of Swords, you're feeling like blocked in this. There's also a feeling of like, do I just stop? Do I just like not want to connect or reconnect with this person? Two of Swords, one more shuffle. Thank you. Two of Swords is clarified by Four of Cups, the Devil, and the Two of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Three of Pentacles. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, that obsessive card, the obsessed part, is us this week. At least if you're resonating with this message, because there's a connection here that you hold dear. You'd like to see it to you'd like to see it progress or move forward or just have some kind of movement. This could be like the friend where you continually try to make plans with them. They go out on a Friday night. They either can't or your schedules aren't aligning and you're just like, am I just supposed to give up on this friendship? Like, why is it so hard to be able to like meet me for a drink or, you know what I mean? Go out to dinner or come hang out at my house and watch TV. So you are, this is your energy. Remember, you are obsessively thinking about it because you're not happy with the state of the connection at this time. And it's almost like you're trying to rationalize within yourself, why am I even trying? Why am I even putting in all of this effort? So you are a little bit obsessive here thinking about this individual. The World card, the Page of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. This person is fishing for comments, so I would expect some type of contact from them with that Page of Pentacles. Tell me more about the Page of Pentacles. And it's interesting where, you know, the card says fishing for comments or compliments, something like that. And you have Page of Pentacles to the High Priestess. So it's almost like you are engaging with them. There's some kind of communication, but it's like their true intention, they're suppressing it. Or not revealing it. Maybe I should say that. Not revealing it. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. This is clarified by the Ten of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor. This person is not happy with the state of the connection that they have with you either. You know, you see this person as the Nine of Cups. They see you as the Ten of Cups. You're sitting in the Four of Cups. They're sitting in the Five of Cups. So you are, you know, if you had to measure dissatisfaction with the connection this week, you're both equally dissatisfied with it. You don't know what to do with it. They don't know what to do with it. You want it to move forward. They don't know how to get it to move forward. They just don't want it to come to an abrupt end. High Priestess. What are they keeping to themselves here? There's something here that they're keeping to themselves. Thank you. We have the Six of Swords. And you're in the Five of Swords. Six of Swords. The King of Swords. And the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, the Fool card. What are they keeping to themselves? That they would like the connection to move forward. As much as you do, but not at the pace that you want it to. Because when we look in terms of speed in tarot, we have the Chariot as the fastest. We have the Eight of Wands as the second fastest. So whatever connection this is, you're like, well, I'm not asking you to go to the movies like this exact minute, right? But let's make plans for Friday. And they're in the Six of Swords, which is slower than the Eight. So you might be looking, again, just using that analogy. Well, I'm not saying that we have to go to movies right now, but let's go to movies Friday. And they're like, no, let's go to movies next month. And you're like, no, I don't want to plan this ahead for I want it now. So this is a difference of opinion about when something can move forward. But you both want it to move forward. They're being stubborn. You're being stubborn. And maybe for good reason, but you both have your own reasons. I don't know. The Fool to the Tower. So something's about to change here. Tell me about this communication, whatever interaction is occurring here. Tell me about the interaction. One more shuffle. Thank you. I will say one thing, whether you are masculine or feminine, but this is more particular, if you are a feminine, you're showing up here in masculine energy. And I don't want to make it sound hierarchical or anything like that, but for me, if you've seen the readings before, I always say queens exist in the present based upon the past experience that they've had. And kings want to move forward. So you are very much in a I want to move forward type of energy. And they're like, I want to move forward too, but they're stubborn. They want to move forward, but not at the speed you want to move forward at. Okay, this communication between you and them. Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. That's very slow energy on this person's part. They showed up here again as the Emperor. Emperor, Chariot, and Three of Cups. Again, they want to get to where you're going, but not right now. So I would expect communication from someone. I don't think that you are not in communication. I don't feel like this is a past person. I feel like this is someone currently in your life and you've been struggling to get on the same page with them or move forward with them or make plans with them. You know, this is the job opening at work and you want to apply for it because you think it'd be a great fit, and this is the manager or company, you know, owner or whatever saying, yeah, you would be a great fit, but I would rather see you in another position down the line. And you're like, but I don't want to wait till the next position opens. I want this position. I'm going to apply for this position. They're like, no, just wait for another position. This is the just wait. I want you to succeed. Like, if this is work, I want you to succeed, but don't do that position. Let's wait for another opening. Why the delay with this person? How about that? What is it with the delay? So I feel like this week with that fishing for comments, it's almost like a conversation here or comments that they're making to see if you want to move forward. They're testing to see, like testing the waters to see if you do want to move forward. Why would they think you don't want to move forward? Why do they think you don't want to move forward? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Ten of Swords. Did you call it over or walk away from them? Two of Cups to the Nine of Swords. You must have said or did something that made them think, if I don't do this now, then it's over. Like, if I don't give them the position now, they're going to quit. If I don't tell them the relationship is moving forward, they're going to break up with me. If I don't tell them that we are going to the movies on Friday, they're going to stop talking to me. So I'm asking why they are testing this to see, hey, Scorpio, do you even want to still move forward with this connection? Do you even still want this connection? That's what it is. Because at some point, recent history, I'm going to say, recently, you either said it or you made them feel like if they did not do this in your time, it was over. It's almost like whatever you said or did, they took it as an ultimatum. Only take that if it resonates. I don't know if that's actually it, but that's their feelings, right? The moon rules our feelings. So that's their feelings. I'm not saying you, I'm not accusing you of anything. So can we have intentions here? So I would expect communication from this person. Again, it looks like they're just looking to see if you're still interested in the connection, moving forward in the connection with them. That damn Emperor jumped out of the deck again. The Emperor, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords. This person's looking for clarity. Do you still want the friendship, the connection? Do you still want the job? Do you still want them as a romantic partner? Do you still want the relationship to move forward? You're both obsessing kind of over the same thing, but different reasons. You're obsessing like, I wanted to move forward. What the hell can I do to get this to move forward? And they're obsessing, does Scorpio even want this to move forward? Do they still even want this job? Do they still even want me in their life? So you're both obsessing, but for different reasons. But this week, they're going to initiate a conversation with you about it. And again, it's testing. So it's not a full-out conversation. Not a full-out conversation. It could escalate to that in a good way, but it looks like with that page, it's going to be small just to kind of feel you out. This is like testing the waters. So 3 cards of advice here for you. Yeah, Knight of Swords, communication. One more shuffle. Thank you. 3 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, and the 4 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles. Remember, it's only advice. Before you have any discussion about healing the connection, moving the connection forward, working on the connection, this needs to be addressed. Whatever the conflict here is that you want to move, move this along quicker than they can, or the schedules are not aligning, or you're not sure you want the same outcome for this connection, whatever the connection is, like this needs to be addressed. We can't just hop into, okay, let's work on the connection and everything is great. And because the 4 of Swords is a 3rd decan Libra, and the house of Libra typically rules our relationships, marriages, long-term partnerships, connections, etc., etc. So we can't be so quick to want to jump to work on healing this if we're not addressing the core issue, which is causing you pain here. It's causing you heartache and heartbreak. And even maybe for some of you, making you feel rejected. Any other advice here? So, yeah, we can't even discuss healing the connection. We need to discuss this first. Otherwise, I don't feel like this ever gets addressed if you just, hop back into, the connection. Or, yeah, they say yes, they'll go to the movies this time around, but what happens the next time you ask? They're going to ghost you for 6 months, you know what I mean? So it needs to be addressed. The core of the problem here needs to be addressed. Any other advice? One more shuffle. Thank you. 9 of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, when you receive that communication from them, and Page of Cups, bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups, Justice, and the Hermit. Something here needs to be balanced. That's your advice. Something here needs to be balanced. If this person is going to expect you to be persistent and be courageous and be resilient and continue to show up in this connection, then you need to have the same end goal for the connection. If we're going to be best friends, we both have to agree that we are one another's best friends. If you're the boss that wants me to excel in this company, and I'm the employee who wants to excel in this company, we need to be on the same page, even if you don't agree about the position I'm now applying for. You know, if you're my romantic partner, we need to have that same future in mind. So that is number one. What is the end goal? That's should be what is discussed. And I have two people, two messengers here then talking about it. So it's almost like if they're meeting you with that Page of Pentacles, you need to come back with some emotion and say, well, this is how this is making me feel. And I need to know that we're on the same page. That is what I have for you. That's what you don't see coming for the week of March 1st, 2026. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, maybe just found it to be helpful or even hopeful, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.